going to do a quick tutorial and show y'all how to do the moss stitch in a rectangle. So this is a fun and easy stitch to do. I also have tutorials on the corner to corner moss stitch, the regular moss stitch, and moss stitch in a square. But today I'll be showing you this moss stitch in a rectangle. I'll link the other ones below in case you want to know how to do those also. So right here I have some Lion brand Vanna's Choice yarn that I got on sale quite a few years ago at Hobby Lobby. I'm using it to make a scrap blanket. I have scrap pieces and a few whole skeins that I want to work up. And this is going to be a colorful, fun blanket full of many different colors. But I'm going to show y'all how to do this, and we'll jump right into there and get started. So to do the moss stitch in a rectangle, of course, any yarn will work. I am currently working on a blanket pattern for y'all in this Mandela Ombre yarn by Lion brand in the color Happy. And so this is what I'm going to use for my little gauge swatch that I'll be making y'all, showing you how to do this. And then I'm using a I or 5.5mm hook. So any corresponding yarn and hook will work. So to get started, I'm just going to make a slip knot. Like so, and we will just put it on our hook and we will get started. So for the very first thing you want to do is you want to chain 28 stitches. 27 and 28. Okay, so once you've made your chain of 28 stitches, you are now going to want to single crochet in the 4th chain from your hook. Now that you single crocheted in the 4th chain from your hook, you will chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet in the next stitch. And you're going to basically repeat that a little bit right there all the way across this these chains. So I will chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet in the next stitch. Chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet in the next stitch. And I'm basically going to repeat that all the way down across until I get to the very last chain stitch in this row of chains. Okay, and now that I've reached my very last 2 chains, I'm going to skip the next to last. Since I just worked a single crochet in this one stitch, I'm going to skip this stitch. And then in my very last chain stitch for this round, I'm going to work a single crochet, chain 2 to make a corner, and then single crochet all in that very last stitch. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to turn this so we work down our other side of our row of chains to form the rectangle. Unwrap some more of that. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I have just single crocheted, chain 2, and single crocheted in that one stitch. I'm now going to chain 1, and in the very first stitch on this other side, I'm going to work a single crochet, chain 2, and another single crochet in that very first stitch. And then we're basically going to go up the side and do the same thing we just done on the other side. We will chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next, chain 1, skip the next stitch, single crochet in the next stitch. And you're basically going to do that all the way across till you get to the very last stitch down here. So now that I'm back and I've got one more, or there's really 2 more stitches, but that very last stitch that I'm going to work into, I'm going to work a single crochet, chain 2, and another single crochet in that very last stitch. And then I'm going to go ahead and chain 1. So that is round 1, but you will not join it to the beginning of this round 1 because you're basically going to work this in a continuous round. And when you're done, you'll finish it in a corner. But so that's round 1. So for round 2, we're basically these 3 single crochets that we skipped in the very first of that first round. That is going to be our corner. So in each corner, we're going to place a single crochet, chain 2, and a single crochet. Then we will simply work like we do the moss stitch all the way down till we get to this corner, this chain 2 space, this corner stitch. So I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to work a single crochet in each chain spot, or in that next chain spot. I will chain 1 again, work a single crochet in the chain spot, and you're going to repeat that all the way down till you get to that corner. Okay, so I've reached my chain 2 space, or my corner, and I'm simply going to work a single crochet, chain 2, and a single crochet in that corner. I will then chain 1, place a single crochet in the chain space, chain 1, and then I'm already at my next corner, and I'll repeat the same thing in that next corner that I just done in the previous corner. Single crochet, chain 2, and another single crochet in the corner. I know looking at it right now, the corner, this side looks a little too wide for the rest of the blanket, or the rest of the stitches, but as it gets bigger, this will stretch out, and you will not be able to tell any difference. Trust me, that's just the way I like to do the corners to help make the stitches even out, is by putting that extra chain space there, but it will work out and be totally even. So that's basically how you're going to do that. You're going to repeat that by chain 1, single crochet in your next chain space, repeat that till you get to your next corner, and then work the corners like we just done those previous corners, and that is how you do the moss stitch in a rectangle. When you're done, you can simply slip stitch into one corner. If you want to, you can place a stitch marker in your very first corner to help keep track of the first corner, or you can simply just slip stitch into any of the corners, because when it gets bigger, you will not be able to tell where you started and where you will end. Half a row will not matter. So I hope y'all found this tutorial helpful, and if y'all did, click subscribe, and happy crocheting!